Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be changing our alternator. In order for this to come off, it's a fairly similar process to as if the engine was actually in the car. The only difference is you'd have to have the wheels off and you'd have to take out the fender lining to give you a little bit of easier access to the alternator. That's the only difference. Now if we move on forwards, you can see we've got the turbo here, and the turbo pipe I've just taken off. That is one clip that came off as the engine was coming out, so that is just one Jubilee clip, and pull it off, and then you're left with the brackets for the turbo. Now this pipe here goes into the bottom of the turbo, but this is in the way of the bolts for the alternator. So what we're going to do is we're going to undo the 3 screws for the brackets. There's a bracket on the front and a bracket up the top, and what we'll do is we will just take out the bolts, have that off, and the pipe can come off here, and then we've got full access to the alternator. Now Mercedes tend to use these special, their own specific bolts, and an E10, you can see it's more of a star-shaped pattern there, is the socket that you want. So before you start anything on a Merc, I highly recommend you get yourself a set of these, because there are different variations in sizes. But we'll have this top bracket off, just to start that pipe coming off. Then we've got the 2 here, the 2 bolts, which stick to the front of the alternator. Here we are. They're a bit tight, don't think they've been off for a while. Now if I give this a little wiggle, that pipe comes out, and you can see it's got a O-ring around it, which just nicely slots into the turbo housing. And what I'm going to do is just put these screws back in the brackets, just so I don't forget where they come from. Now this job here of course wouldn't be possible to do without taking the belts off, but that's a fairly easy job. There's just a socket that goes on the tensioner here. You turn it anti-clockwise and the tensioner releases, and whilst you're holding that you can just pull the belt off, and of course putting it back on is the same. Yet again, take photos of that when you're doing it. Just in case you're wondering why I'm taking the water pump hose off, it's only because I can. You don't need to take this off. The alternator bolts are slightly larger. I'm using an E14 on these. And apparently very tight too. It's just the final bolt, which is this devil right here. Now that oil feed line seems to be seriously quite strong. There we are. It's not an oil feed line, ladies and gents, it's a coolant line. So that's why I'm not a professional, because I don't know. So there we are. There is our extremely heavy and used alternator. Now it's quite lucky my dad's not here, because I'll make sure I clean up the mess before he arrives for his morning coffee. Don't want any mess in here. Okay, so you've seen the procedures to take off the alternator. Now of course it will be identical to either put on a new one or put this one back on once it's been refurbished, but in our case we'll be putting on a new one, but this will be going onto our new engine, which is very, very exciting. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly did. This is interesting for me as I'm learning, but as you can see, that was a coolant line, not an oil line, so there is my little error. But 4 bolts and you're out. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you learned something.